Alright, we're going to do a vintage series today against Palomedius. I'm going to be playing TPS. He's going to be playing Monastery Mentor Control-y stuff deck. So he's on the play. We keep a hand that's not great, but not horrible. It's got Yogg-Win. The Time Walk is pretty weak here. But we've got Duress, we've got Demonic Tutor, we've got a Yogg-Win, we had a Probe. Probe's actually really good. The fourth Probe was the best thing I ever added to this deck. Our first Probe sees a pair of Force of Wills, a Misstep, and a Snapcaster Mage, but no real clock. 2 lands. We're going to open with the Seal. Not necessarily because we want the Seal, just because I think he'll Misstep it. And I can start duressing away those Force of Wills. Now, had we got the Seal off, we could just put a Black Lotus on top of our deck, which would be pretty strong. Draw another Probe off the top, not bad. We'll go ahead and Probe out right away because I want to see another card and I want to see what he got. He's got a Monastery Mentor, we get another Duress. So because we have 2 Duresses, we're going to strip both of his Force of Wills right now. He goes ahead and taps out to the Mentor. I'm going to cantrip here with the Time Walk. I should have probed first, but it's not a big deal. At least I think I should have probed first, since I decided to probe anyway. And I could have had a Soul Ring down already, so it would have been more mana efficient to probe first. However, despite being less efficient than we want to be, we can go ahead and get our Black Lotus since we know the way is clear, and just kill him with Yawgmoth's Will. So, I think he'll scoop it up here once he realizes I've got plenty of gas to kill him here. Probe out into a Mana Crypt off the top, and that will go get Tendrils, and that is that game. Okie doke. Game 2. So he will be playing again. This is a pretty risky hand, and more and more I have not liked this main deck island to dodge Wasteland nearly as much as if I would have just made it an Underground Sea, which is what Bread Connoisseur actually recommended to me, and I'm starting to see how weak you can be when you're not getting enough black sources. So that may in fact become an Underground Sea, and I might tweak my... I'm really messing with my sideboard a whole lot. I want to be able to play Force of Wills. I actually think they're really good in this deck. I just don't know how I'm going to make them all fit, and how many are going to be in the main, and how many are going to be in the sideboard. I don't think I can fit all 4 of them in the main. But pretty much everything he told me he didn't like, I'm starting to see why after playing some more games. So he opens with a Probe, and he knows I'm weak to black. And he also knows I have a Force of Will. So, Imperial Seal not doing us any favors. I don't want to have to discard down, so I'm going to recall before he gets to draw his card here. He knows I'm pretty much all in on this recall, so I'm expecting a counter. He's going to Pierce. I'm going to immediately force back, because even if he forces, which he does, now he's down to 2 cards to R4. And we're both kind of in top deck mode. I'm hoping he doesn't have any real gas behind his hand, and in fact he doesn't. Mox Opal's not a great hit here. I have liked the Mox Opal though. I think it's what I'm running in the Cabal Ritual slot, where most people are running Cabal Ritual. I have liked that card. I cut the Chrome Mox. I did not like that card after a while. So we get another Duress. So we're just top decking. We got nothing, and he's got nothing. He pitched, I think, a Dig Through Time. He didn't have 2 blue. So we get a Mox Pearl and play it. I don't know that I need to play the Pearl there. I could have waited until my next turn. Gonna go ahead and Ponder. He's got nothing to say about that. No black source here. I mean, we could just potentially take Academy into Twister, but if he's got a counter spell, then we're dead drawing again, and I don't really know that I want a Twister anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle. And lo and behold, there's a black source. So we're going to start picking his hand apart with Duresses, because we've got multiple. I'm not going to lead the Seal. He's got a Force of Will and a Dack Faden, so I consider taking the Dak Faden first, or the Force of Will first, but I could top deck something really good and just be able to go for a kill here. Though I don't really know what that card is now that I think about it, because I have an into-hand tutor. Though I think maybe my plan is to upkeep the Vampiric Tutor. Yeah. And we're going to go get Mana Crypt. I thought about even getting just a land to fix my black, but this turns Mox Opal online, and that would make a Yogg Bargain a lot easier to get to, even though I'm potentially bolting myself there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this Dak Faden because I don't want him to take any of my artifacts. Still pretty much in top deck mode, however, and he brainstorms, which is making his hand a little more scary. He preordains, then he ponders. I think he, that's all he does there. So I'm thinking maybe he does have a counter spell. And yet again, our top decks aren't great here, but we're going to go ahead and seal. And I think about what I really want to get with the seal, and I decide that Yogg Muswill isn't that great with my yard. Not to mention that's probably what he thinks I'm going to go get. And I have to be able to resolve whatever it is anyway. If he does counter it, I don't want Yogg Will in my graveyard. I would rather just Time Twister. Though I'm pretty sure my time is up, I pretty much have to go off this turn or I'm dead. And he digs through time here, which has me very worried because I think he's got the counter after all that crafting, but apparently he doesn't. He grabs a Rest in Peace instead to stop what he thinks I've grabbed as a Yogg Will, though my yard wasn't really ready for Yogg Will. Finally win a Crypt Flip, which is very important because of all the probes we're playing and how I'm going to go to try Time Twister here. So since we're all in and we're dead regardless, we're going to immediately feed the Dark Ritual into the Twister, hold my breath for the Force of Will, and he in fact does not have one. And it's not incredibly surprising since we already got 2 out of his deck. So it Mox Sapphire lands, probes, and a Grim Tutor, and a Time Walk. I don't think I had a Grim Tutor. I think this game bugged. This is not the hand I got. I don't think at all. It is not. This game has bugged out. I had a Force of Will, and I had a Brainstorm, and I had a probe, and I think I cast the Brainstorm, was really hoping you didn't counter the Brainstorm because I didn't have anything, and then I hit Tendrils off of it, and I held a Mystical Tutor for my Force of Will. Yeah, this game should just bug out and crash because I drew into Tendrils with a Brainstorm that he didn't counter. When he could have countered it, he had a Force of Will. He did cast a Gush like that, and then I forced his Force, putting him at his life total is not even correct. His life total went down to 12 for whatever reason, and I had 8 copies of Tendrils on the stack when I forced his Force. So even if he had a second Force, he was still dead because he paid the 1 life, went from 13 to 12. So that's weird. Well, there's that game. What else do we have? Legacy. I guess we'll do this game too. I think this game was Doomsday against I don't know what this deck guy played. I remember what this is. He immediately scoops game 1 so that I don't know what he's playing after mulling to 5 when he doesn't like his hand. And then game 2 we figure out what he's on here. He's on the play again, and we'll see very quickly what he's on. Now I see the Green Sun Zenith, and I am tempted to blind call Thalia with this Cabal Ritual, but I've played against that Sylvan Library deck a lot too. The Savannah is what really should have given away as Thalia, so this probably should have been a Cabal Therapy and not a Ponder. A little bit greedy there, considering I don't have a Burning Wish to go get an answer to the Thalia if that's what he's playing. And lo and behold, down comes Thalia. So, bad decision by me. But with a pair of diamonds, we're not in too much trouble. I ponder and I see the Burning Wish. I think I already knew the Burning Wish was there, so I don't even know if I should have cast that Ponder. I think I stacked it wrong or something like that to where I had to cast the Ponder. So in he comes with Dryad Arbor and Thalia, and he plays a Gadok Teeg. And at this point, I'm very glad I added that Pyroclasm to my sideboard because the Gaddock Teague would have completely locked Massacre out. This Pyroclasm's been really good. I used it earlier and won a match against Belcher, cracking an LED to my Birding Wish to kill all his goblins, and then I used the top I had in play to beat him to recombo turn once both of our hands were essentially dead. I think I had maybe one extra card on him. So we're going to go ahead and Pyroclasm here, even though we can't kill that Knight of the Reliquary. And he's going to play a Jite here. And he equips it and swings us down to 2. And he can Jite himself back to 21 life, so we need extra Storm. Well, we hit our draw spell in Ideas Unbound. Now, I made a couple misplays here. In order to beat this Jite with what I've got to pile double LED Burning Wish to go get Time Spiral. But what I should have done is instead of piling, I think I piled like a Dark Ritual, I should have just piled extra Burning Wishes to make sure I could hit them off the Time Spiral, or have better odds of hitting them. I should have piled extra Burning Wishes since I was going to have more than enough men anyway. And the second misplay, since I'm playing rather fast, is I should have played this Flooded Strand and not cracked it here, so that I can't spiral back into it, but I didn't. So I should have played that fetch land and just not used it, but I didn't. Doesn't end up mattering. My odds are still good of winning. But I should have piled an extra Burning Wish, and I should have played my fetch land, and then I would have had pretty much no way to die. I'm trying to think what my thought process was. Maybe I was thinking that if I piled it this way, even if I didn't draw the Burning Wishes, I could still cast Ideas Unbound. What's my pilot? Yeah. Though I guess I could have still played the fetch land, because then I would have had 3 cards in my pile exactly. So I guess I should have just played the fetch land. Though I still should have piled additional Burning Wishes just to be safe, since there's no reason not to, really, with the amount of diamonds I had. But yeah, we're just going to kill him with a Time Spiral pile, and casting those therapies is just free Storm. There's really no reason to. It's just overkill. I think I even named Doomsday just because I knew I could. So that was, I guess, a 1-game series. See if I remember any of these other ones being particularly good. I've got my ass whooped a few times today. None of these games stick out too much to me. Which is this one? I'm trying to remember what this guy played. I guess this is a Doomsday game. Pretty risky keep. I guess it does have double Dark Rituals and a top, and a Burning Wishes backup. I'm playing against goblins. And we check to see what we've got on top before we decide to crack, because we're still missing mana sources. And I see lands, and I kind of want to keep them. Because that way we can flop top into Ideas Unbound and still have the extra mana. So, here comes Doomsday, and we still have the extra mana because we had the land on top. That way we'll still be able to cast our top after the 2 blue from Ideas Unbound. Probe because we can for extra, to make the 4-card pile a 5-card pile. And Tendrils, he's dead. I guess a 4-card pile would have worked. So, let's see, he gets me game 2. This was a 3-game series. My Mole brought in the Pyroclasm. Oh, he Pithing Needle's top, and my hand is horrible with Pithing Needle choosing top, so I think I just scoop it up right away. I could have tried to play that out, but my odds of winning were low. I figured I wouldn't let him think too much about sideboard, and I didn't really want to put myself in a poor state of mind here. I'm going to lead here with the Ponder instead of the top, because we got this shuffle here, and we can slam the top, and we'll be able to see what we've got on top here. And none of this looks like what I want, so I'm going to say I'm going to shuffle this away, and I in fact do. Looking for diamonds and dark rituals right now. And there comes Pithing Needle on top again. I guess I should stop to see what I probed him for, but this is kind of a goldfish matchup, so it doesn't really matter. I use the initial probe first to see more cards with the Brainstorm, but I want to save the secondary probe because my top is pretty much dead. We can get rid of the dead top as well as the second Doomsday here, and then fetch them away. And then since we're goldfishing, we ponder and look, lo and behold, both a diamond and a dark ritual, which is exactly what we want. So he gets his lackey down, and we say goodbye. Because we have got an LED and a probe. $22 damage. Good game. I think that'll wrap this one up. Hope you guys are enjoying some of these legacy and vintage videos. I'm going to be going back to doing some Commander, and I'm going to do a little more instruction on how to play this deck properly, though. I think just going through some of the games will make it easier. I'm having a lot of fun playing vintage. I like that I get to change that deck a lot, and I haven't really got the sideboard to where I like it, and I haven't even really got the main deck to where I exactly like it, but I've played against Workshop like 5 million times, and I don't think I've played against Dredge on here a single time, and considering I don't see myself actually buying power in real life to go to a tournament, and I'll be playing most on here, I almost think I'm just going to maybe play a single Tormod script for like Storm Mirror or something, and just axe a couple of those to be a little more greedy with my sideboard. I really like 4 Force of Wills in the 75 in that deck. I haven't decided exactly which cards I want to cut that I'm still playing, but the 4th probe was 100% the right thing to do. That's it for now.